We can do whatever we want.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're in the green room, so, you know.
Or we are in the green room.
Yeah, we're in our alternate studio, though.
B-sides in the green room.
It's like mega Dad Fort style now.
What's this guy talking about? Besides the green room. What?
Well, dude, I still say the green room, like the B-sides is the show. To me, like that's where we get to really just be us.
The B-sides. We get to be.
Yeah, right. How's it we're just now coming up with that?
Silly. I don't know. How?
Yeah.
I mean, how many different ways can we joke on B-sides? B-hyphen.
I don't know.
Besides what?
Them crickets are killing me. Yeah, if you all can hear that, that's our bad. I'm going to try to fix that later.
That's our peanut gallery for when we tell dad jokes. That's what that is.
Hopefully I can throw a filter or something on there and cut that out.
So we are in the B-sides. Well, no. How do you say it? We're in the green room cutting a B-sides.
There you go. That'll work.
And this is Mr. Gemini.
Billy D.
Might as well get that out of the way.
But what if I don't want to?
I know we still doing the intro for the, I mean, even though it's not the real show, to do the real show drop. Do we do that? I mean, we do what we want because it's.
Well, dude, I mean, anytime I think we can redirect our people to either, you know, other individuals in the community or alternate platforms for ourselves or whatever else. I mean, you know.
You mean like I'm telling you at directionsinmusic.org?
I'm talking about shameless plugs.
IMTELLINYOU at directionsinmusic.org.
That was the shittiest robot ever.
You and your, I was trying to rush through it because you're doing your Mr. Robotno over there.
it's Domi Arigato Mr. Roboto. It's like the bus driver.
That's what I said.
Yeah, pulling over, let him on.
That's what I said. I said that.
Yeah, I said he booby traps.
Booty traps.
Oh, Data over here falling. Data fine. He okay.
The pinches of power.
Yeah, man. Slick shoes. Dude, he's got all the good shit.
Classic. I just wore that t-shirt the other day. My Goonies t-shirt. Love that movie. Love me some Goonies. Shout out.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the one thing I remember, because I'm such a dork, and I love the Goonies that much, that I watched like the behind the scenes. And it wasn't even the behind the scenes. It was the, I forget what they call it, but when they actually have all of the cast come back on and they're watching the movie together with commentary. So it's like full cast commentary.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I'm sure that's...
Yeah, but it's well after the fact. So, I mean, you're talking like, it was like 15 or 20 years later. Maybe, I don't know, it might even be the 25th edition. Who knows?
So it's a full retrospective.
Yeah, so
with the actors.
So they're sitting there and they're going over it, and you really get a much larger perspective of how the movie was made, you know, as far as like the way the director worked with them as kids. Because again, it's like 25 years later, so they all had like a real nice, retrospect. That it was pretty dope.
I wonder, did they become like a destination, like where that rock was? Was it Oregon or something like that? It was somewhere.
Which rock?
The rock that they found on the what was that magical emblem, that medallion or whatever that they held up to the light, and the two rocks and the whatever, it fell into the cuts that were in you don't remember that part?
Well, I think that was for directional, because it was the light tower.
Right, but I mean, that's an actual location where they filmed.
Yeah, Oregon, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying. It was like, I think it was Oregon, somewhere in Oregon. I had that picture rocking on my computer wallpaper for a while.
What, just the rocks out there?
Yeah, like what it would look like today. It's like all mossy looking, and it's much bigger than you ever see it in the movie. Like the angle that they shot. And you see people like walking on the beach and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Cerveza numero uno.
The people walking on the sand on the bottom give you like that perspective, so you realize how big it really is.
Oh, God, that's good.
It's impressive.
You're impressive.
Sometimes.
Excuse me.
That was gross.
Well, dude, man.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I got to try this.
I mean, oh, yeah. You got
there is no table.
I mean, there is equipment, though, so, aim that way. Turn around for me.
Oh, cheers. Yeah.
I don't want to. Salud.
Slancha. I did that last time. Sorry.
Yeah. Chin chin.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. There's a shit ton.
I'm going to take a sip.
Drink your beer.
So this is my first time having this, and it's a fruit flavored beer, and that happens that happens after the ferment.
Dude, I don't know. You know more about the beer making process than I do.
I didn't get all into fruity stuff yet. That's a whole nother thing.
Well, yeah. So when you're adding the fruit, typically it comes after you're completely done. So you've already kegged up or barreled or whatever it is. So you're no longer letting things ferment or settle. You're not filtering. It's done. It's ready to be drank as is. Then you go ahead and throw the fruit in there.
So that's how you can make like two different, styles of the same exact beer. You can make one plain and one, in this case, mango.
Yeah, and I mean, round guys will do that a lot. They'll take like just a straight up whatever, like like a lager or a saison, and then they've done make a saison, dry hop it, and then add flavor. We had that one a while back where I told you you're making 3 different beers.
Yeah, it's like this huge process to get all that flavor palette going on.
Well, to get everything to like mellow together, make sure you're getting like the proper blend so that it really complements.
But that last step doesn't take a while because you're pretty much just
you're flavoring to taste in a sense.
Like you're just flavoring it really quick, and then you're putting it into what do you call it? You put it in again to get bubbles in there, right? Basically. So priming sugar, you'd prime it, and then, or is it a different process? Like I don't know when you're a brewery if it's all.
Yeah, I'm sure there's multiple methods.
Like if it's pushed, sometimes you'll just push what is it, CO2 right into it, or.
Well, to carbonate it and stuff.
So if you want to get your carbonation, like that's usually done after the ferment.
Well,
so I would think you'd put your flavoring in, and then, whether you're going to, you ferment it in a giant ton, just like you would, right?
Well, that's the thing is, at that point, the beer.
I don't know how they do things. I'm learning on the smaller scale right now. So,
well, at that point, I'm pretty sure the beer is finished. But yeah, so you would add your fruit and then carbonate it. Typically, if you were going straight to that. Like I was saying, in the instance where you're making the saison and then dry hopping it, you're taking a beer that's already been done and then letting it, get another soak.
Yeah.
Which does, that will.
But the dry hopping is that's where it takes up the most time because you have to dry hop for several days.
Well, no.
And then you'd have to basically rack it after that.
No, the dry hop is, there's all sorts of different methods on it. So there's all different kinds of timing and it doesn't have to be for days. Pretty sure you can, but yeah, dude, there's always a different way to do stuff.
Of course there is. And that's what makes it so beautifully diverse. You could go after trying to make the same style as somebody else out there, and it's still going to be with your.
Well, I remember like 2 years ago, Sierra Nevada did they did a fundraiser in a sense, where what they were doing was they put out a specific recipe, put it out to all the breweries that wanted to partake in it. They all had, again, the same recipe, but depending on how they brewed it, their equipment,
their water.
Yeah, their water, how fresh or aged their ingredients were, whether they just got them like straight out the box or, they've been sitting for a hot minute. All of those different combinations.
Like, everything can play a difference, though, to give you different flavor notes because, like, the temperature at which you mash the grain, if it's higher or lower, could change, the flavor structure of the whole thing, the flavor notes.
Yeah, no,
it might be a sharper citrus if you're, I forget the word for that, but yeah, if you're mashing too hot, you could get more of the bitters or more of the really sharp citrus notes like the grapefruit or,
Yeah, pretty sure. And that's the thing is even on that small of a scale going from place to place on the same recipe, if you cooked yours like 3 degrees hotter We're like 6 degrees colder.
Yeah, and your boil temp too.
Yeah.
I mean, but the boil temp I don't think is, because once you're at a rolling boil, it doesn't really matter. It's hovering right above 212 anyway, right? I mean,
well, not necessarily. I mean, if you're just at a straight rolling boil, yeah. But I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't go over that and still get the same look. So yeah, no, it's still temperature, I believe. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there are many variations you could do even by accident, or of course on purpose if you know what you're doing.
A little bit of both.
With the same recipe. I mean, just by varying certain things. Like if you choose to boil for a longer time, it's going to give you a different,
Well, yeah, I mean, to me,
more bitters, but
yeah, to me, it's the same as doing like tea. If you let it sit in boiling water as opposed to just really
never sit your tea in boiling water. That's a bad idea.
This is a scenario.
Here we go.
None of it is correct. None of it is right. Like it's just scenario.
Know what you're saying, because it's the same type of thing.
You do a cold brew. I mean, same thing with coffee. You do a cold brew or a hot brew, or it's going to change the flavor notes, even something like that. So,
well, that's the reason actually why you would do, why you would after the ferment, why you would add hops, or even during the ferment, but when it's actually at relative room temperature and it's fermenting. You'd add hops there because it's not going to pull all those really those real strong alpha acids out of the hop. It's just going to kind of soak in there, and it's going to give you more of a aroma than anything. So that's where you get that really heady aroma. Well, so you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when it was some of those IPAs, like the minute it gets poured and you get over it, like you can pick up all like the fruity notes to it, like the tropical.
Yeah, with the star fruit, grapefruit.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily taste any of that, but you'll definitely smell it, and that's that dry hop. It's doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So you get it in the nose and not in the mouth.
Right. Whereas when you're doing all that under a boil, you're pulling all those alpha acids right out of the center of like if you use whole hops. Not everybody does anymore, but most people don't. But the hotter the water, the longer it boils, the
blacker the berry.
The more of those. Yeah, she blacker than the motherfucker too.
Dude, you know how to throw that one in there. We were being too serious for too long. Like
that's what happens.
Especially when you're in the green room, man. You can't button hook me yet.
Well, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming to my man cave. Dad studio.
Mi dad fort.
Yeah, the dad fort.
Yes, studio number 2. Who does number 2 work for?
You tell him.
That's right, buddy. You tell that turd who's boss. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that was good. We haven't done Austin Powers in a while, so that's probably a nice throw in there.
So the green room. This is where we get tanked up a little bit, or a
lot of it.
Juice up a little bit just to.
Dude, we don't do roids in here, bro.
Loosen up. Yeah, we're not juicing. Sorry, wrong. Yeah.
We're not the Smash Brothers.
No, none of that.
Which I love Lonely Island, man. That thing still cracks me up. They're freaking rap opera or whatever, just like music videos, as if Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire were also like rap stars back in the day. Dude, if y'all haven't seen that yet, man, Lonely Island, the Smash Brothers, check that out. That is dope as shit.
You had me on that the one day. I was like, what the heck?
Dude, I'll even just like put it on just to listen to it. So I'm not even watching it because I'll be in the car or something and I'll pump it through the stereo and I'm just listening to it. Because I think it's like a good 37 minutes, like 39 minutes. It's under 45, I'm pretty sure.
So my afternoon was really nice because when I went to the brewery today,
segue.
What was on the TV?
It looks like a penguin.
Monty Python was on the TV.
Yeah, was anything in particular, like just the show, or was it?
Actually, when I first saw that you were in there picking out beers, and I was trying to get your attention for a minute, the Black Knight was getting all his limbs chopped off.
Dude, that scene is just stupid silly. Just like hopping there on like one leg.
Come back here. I'll bite your legs off. But it's merely a flesh wound. It's the best. Cut your bloody arm off. It's the worst special effects. It's made it so much funnier.
Well, yeah, so it's like squirting or whatever.
Well, it would do that, but
Like a little fountain of blood.
not like Kill Bill. That was totally different level of fountain of blood. That was like fountains of blood.
And it was like...
Pretty much.
Right. Like, dude, how much blood is in a human body, for crying out loud?
Well, didn't they say the making of that movie, the intention was to make it like one of those gory comic books. Like it was supposed to be like a graphic novel in movie form.
I get that.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
Because some of the cuts where they cut into a scene, like the angle they used and
it was cropped almost.
The way they took stills of like the snowflakes falling in certain scenes, like to give you that almost comic booky frame by frame.
Yeah, so like they cropped it in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is dope.
That was really dope.
DOP.
I haven't seen that in a while. I got a copy of that too.
Dude, we should duology that up.
Duology?
Instead of a trilogy, because there's only two of them.
Duology.
It's a duology.
Is that what you would call that? Not a trill.
That's what I'm calling
Not
it.
a triology.
No, it'd be a biology.
Biology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A duology.
That's what I'm saying. Duology. That's what it is.
I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
Fucking is now. I just used it a bunch, so it's
a thing now.
It counts.
We got to write all these things down. You keep telling me. We're making words up.
Well, no. To submit, you have to use it in sentence form.
To submit it to what?
To get it like published in the
dictionary.
Yeah, I'll publish your annals. No, see, like to get it like put into to actually have it put into a dictionary, you have to submit it and you have to conjugate it in 3 different verses or tenses.
It doesn't just take one person though. That has to be nominated like 1 million times or something like that before it ends up in a dictionary.
Well, no, it goes in front of like the council, the dictionary council, where they...
Like now, technically you can say ain't because I believe it is in the dictionary. Isn't that weird how that works?
Yeah, but see, I mean, ain't is a real word because it's been used for so long.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't. Yes, huh?
M or ducks. M or not ducks.
Nuh-uh.
OSAR.
No, but what's the response to nuh-uh?
CDEDB.
Yeah-huh, right?
YB.
I've heard somebody say yes, huh?
M or ducks.
Totally missed that. Yes, M or ducks. CDEDBD wings.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
We got all sorts.
No, I was here, but you were talking over me and I was talking under you.
I mean, I'll step all over you.
You did.
Isn't that my thing?
We just did that.
I'm pretty sure I got into the pocket, so we like
that's why this is the warm up.
Yeah, we were overlapping, but not like at the same time.
It doesn't really work though.
At the same time.
It's not like a Beastie Boys track.
If your mother... Oh, sorry.
You wish.
Dude, I mean, if I practiced, I could be that good again, but yeah, I don't practice enough.
That was hot fire.
Dial on. I spit hot fire. You want some of this fire?
I punched my chest and it disappeared into the crowd. No Turkey Boys, no.
Dude, would you keep...
I totally switch tracks to Turkey. Yes.
You keep touching the equipment.
I like to do that.
Someone's got to pay your bills.
Okay.
That was a rather inappropriate response.
Okay.
Dude, I hope the crickets aren't like obvious, or I can at least try to like...
I like it, man. I like it. It could be a rainstorm. That'd be a lot worse, wouldn't it?
Dude, it sounds like we're like outside in nature.
We're camping.
Yeah, we're doing... Do you want to go camping?
It just sounds like a really bad joke.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you woke up,
No.
like, would you tell anybody? No.
You
Be like,
told me
wanna
that
go
joke
camping?
about 30 years ago, actually.
Yeah, well, my dad told me. Dirty sailor.
Yeah, if you woke up and you had a condom sticking out of your ass, would you tell anybody?
No. Want to go camping? What's the matter? Don't you like pizza?
Right, exactly.
Can you just keep that rolling?
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Nice. Nice. No.
It elicits the same response.
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's what I said.
I don't know, dude. I was re-listening to the one episode where we were doing Forrest Gump and stuff, and there was the
I was running.
well, no, like we were talking about something else. We kind of like segued out of that for a hot second, and then like I had like mad burp, and you just like looked at me. I was like, it jumped up and bit me. And you were like, yes, I love how you pulled that back in. You brought up, because we'd been talking about Forrest Gump like way earlier, so it was like a couple minutes later, all of a sudden.
The fact, yeah, and it hit me.
Yeah, I brought it back around again.
And that's where I make weird squeaky noises.
You just do that in general, man.
Hey,
Maybe you've been hanging out with your girls too long.
the squeaky noise when I'm, when you laugh so hard you can't even breathe anymore. And you're like, it's like that.
I mean,
whatever. I'm expressing joy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's everything right with that.
there it is. I didn't even have to say it this time.
No, you just have to roll your eyes.
No. I didn't roll my eyes. I actually just looked over at you as you were saying it simultaneously.
Like,
Yeah, I was waiting
And then?
for it. No, and then.
and then
No, and then.
dude,
Ugh.
where's my car?
This is not where I parked my car.
Where's your car, dude? Dude, it's not even funny. Where's my car?
Dude, I love when they're.
What's mine say?
I totally went there.
Dude,
The freaking-
what's mine say? Sweet.
Freaking dry cleaner. Yours says, dude. Yours says sweet.
Oh.
See, that's another good one. There's so many lines out of that. Like,
Why is it I can watch and enjoy that, but I still can't bring myself to see snakes on a plane?
I don't know. Because I haven't done it either.
It just seems too over the top. And I don't know how that's possible after just admitting that I viewed that movie.
I mean, plus the Samuel
Maybe
Jackson
twice.
yelling, which, he always does.
I mean, I'll watch anything just to see Samuel L. yelling.
right.
I mean,
Haven't you seen my movies? This is the way I talk. I love Dave Chappelle as like anybody. He's fucking outrageous, man. That guy just gets me.
he gets you. He gets a lot of people then, I guess.
The direct line of my funny bone.
Direct line.
Well, because it's not even just like comical. It's also very thought-provoking, intelligent, and logical. I mean, he's just a very intelligent individual. So his perspective, just on a whole, is amazing. And the fact that he has so much levity with it because he can, have rationalizations and he can understand it and he can process it and all that kind of stuff just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
For me, that's my perspective. But
Comedians are an interesting lot. I think about that whenever we talk about comedians. They're an interesting lot because,
see, I don't even think of him as like a comedian.
like your whole thing in our serious conversation about sometimes the funniest people or the happiest seeming people are not the happiest. But when you realize that every really true good comedian out there has suffered enough to find the humor in life. I guess that's one way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, learning from life, pretty much.
Yeah, and just learning how to inject that humor into it. Like that even when your chips are down, like you can see the funny in it. Where most of us, it takes about 10 to 15 years to start seeing the funny. Know what I mean? He's over here cleaning up.
Well, because
Because I'm a slob.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was twofold. I'll take some fault.
It's okay. There's a sigh of relief.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a long day.
It's been a long week, but it's been good. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and practice in the morning. I'm playing this weekend. It's gonna be nice. New spot, never played before, so I'm always excited to get into a new club. Try it out.
Word.
Yeah.
Well,
And
good
plus,
luck with
it's with one of my guys who I've never played with before, and he's been playing for years, so he's, from what I've been told, like pretty good. So, you know, I always enjoy playing with a higher caliber.
So let me ask, if you're like in the clubhouse, do they make you wear a mask?
What?
I'm just saying.
Oh, most of those places, no, they don't give a shit.
Now, did all that close down for a while at first, right?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to make the whole conversation about that, but just thought about it.
Only for a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, really was only, but I mean, that was kind of everything though. So, I mean, honestly, I think golf courses were like one of the first spots to actually open back
For
up.
several months, yeah.
No, it was only like 3.
That's not several. I guess 5 to 7 is several.
Yeah.
So that's more of a few.
Yeah. It was like, like 3 months or something. Really wasn't that bad.
Or you were itching to play again when it came back open, though, I'm sure.
Well, I was just itching to play because I was just starting to get like bit by it. And it was also the same time where I was starting to realize that, how much freaking time I really had on my hands. And it's like, screw this crap. That's when I started playing like 4 or 5 rounds a week, sometimes 6 or 7. Like I was just playing.
Yeah. You were just trying to get as much tee time as possible.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, because then that put me, I think I did like 80 plus rounds, like almost 90 rounds last year.
That sounds like a lot.
It is.
That sounds like a lot to me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's, but I mean, you have to understand is, I'm literally like on the average banging out like 20 rounds a month. Oh, so in like, it took me like 4.5, 5 months and I had like 90 rounds or so. Yeah.
But you don't play like that all year round though, do you? I take breaks here and there.
I will play as long as they let me on the greens. But yeah, there's usually, you wind up losing at least a couple of months. I mean, at least for us. That's why, eventually I want to get down south where it's always warmer.
Well, just recently you were not berating yourself, but you were telling yourself, like, I need to back off of this and do more practice than I'm doing.
Yeah, so I've been hitting the range a lot more lately. I've only been playing like, maybe 2 rounds a week.
So just working on your long game, working on your drive.
I would call it building my confidence.
Okay. Now, do you, you're not always trying to hit for the maximum distance. Like, do you actually target
so
when you're at the driving range?
Where I'm at now is building consistency, like I said, because I'm building my confidence.
You hit the ball boy while he's out there in the truck?
I mean, I have a couple times. Not intentional. Literally not intentional.
Dang asshole.
No, dude, for real. I was practicing my driver one day, and homeboy like popped around because there's like a set of trees that goes down the middle of this one range that I'm at. And dude comes up from the other side, like flips the corner, and I don't realize it, and just like clock the drive, and he just starts driving up, and I'm like, that's going, oh, dude, and then you just see the ball hit his windshield with such force, like it just ricochets and launches to the to the right, and I mean it's like,
and you see his hands up in the air, like, dude.
Well, no, I mean, shit happens, but it was the simple fact of like the perfect timing on it, because I clocked it. Like this was probably a good like 220, 230 on the fly, and he was like right around the 200 mark. So I mean,
220.
No, he was around the 200. But yeah, so the ball still had plenty of, inertia. Yeah, this thing just connected with the winch. I mean, you heard it. And I was just like, hand up, like, my bad.
Sorry.
Yeah, you button hooked me, and then I just, sorry about that. I'll wait. You can go ahead and finish. But yeah, no, it's so if I have, it's been purely purely accidental.
Well, that's nice because I know some guys they'll try to rock at that guy every time. Like, oh, here he comes.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So back to your question. So yeah, I build more for straight shots, working on shot shaping, and having a consistent stroke so that I'm continuously getting a consistent distance on each club. So I'm trying to
hit the sweet spot.
Well, it's more than that. It's trying to make sure that I have a consistent swing per club. That's like irons, wedges.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, to find the sweet spot with each club and get
so that's
very good at,
The sweet spot is actually the face of the club, and that's the ideal center.
Okay.
So that's that more appropriate.
Can't use that term then for that. But
yeah, what you're looking for is
meaning
you're talking about where everything times together. Meaning that the forward swing, the wrist roll, angle of attack, like every bit of your positioning, all of it just times together, and you get the
stars, the universe, everything is in alignment.
Yeah, it's Age of Aquarius, and but that's
it's just the dawning of the Age of Aquarius.
Well, I mean, if it's in the moon is in the 7th house or something like that. But yeah, so it's because when you're shot shaping, you have to get your club face as it changes its path to still line up so that the ball wants to either start straight left or right, depending on what you're shaping the shot to be.
Right.
So it's really learning the consistency of stroke, comfortability of being able to alter those components.
Where you open it up or...
Well, yeah, and again, it's in that combination because if you're trying to shot shape, it's which way are you trying to do it? You want it to start straight? Do you want it to start left or right? I mean, are you trying to get it to have a standard trajectory, or you want a lower trajectory? Like,
you don't ever intentionally slice or anything, do you?
Mm-hmm.
There is an intentional slice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't call it that, but.
Well, I mean, you would call it a fade shot.
Right.
But I mean, a slice would be more of if it was accidental, I believe.
Right. Yes. If you were trying to hit dead center and you...
Yeah, and the ball just button hooks to the right. But I mean, you could still utilize that as a correct term because that's what it's doing. But, when you intentionally do it, you would call it a fade because it's carrying off to the right, whereas to the left is, a draw.
So that's all that falls under shaping or shot.
Yeah, because I mean that's the thing is like, all right, typically if you're going to do an excessive shot like that, it's for an extreme reason, and it's either because you're sitting behind something, so you have an obstacle you got to get around.
Right, but you can't go over it. You can't go over it. No, sorry.
Well, yeah. So it's whether you can go under, over, around.
Going on a lion hunt.
Yeah, sometimes you actually just have to like punch out backwards and then, just start over. Shit happens, but.
Take a drop.
You try not to take drops because that's usually you're getting penalty points too.
Oh, points on top of losing a stroke?
Well, I mean, gaining. Yeah, you get.
Gaining a stroke.
Yeah, you get additional strokes. But that's, yeah.
Never a good thing.
Well,
and you play no mulligans?
Oh, well, I mean, if
when you play a game, or is that's all determined in the beginning, I guess.
It all depends if I'm playing with others or myself. And I mean, yeah, if I'm playing, if it's just like a morning round and it's just me and I'm out there, I'll play 2 balls and I'll tally both of those scores up, and so I'll play 2 holes. I'll attempt to play them 2 different ways, but I'll also attempt to have a consistency depending on what the hole is and what I'm working on with it. But
so that's like shadow boxing. That really is like shadow boxing with golf. It's like you're playing yourself. It's like playing chess from both sides
Well, what the nice thing is it allows you to have additional perspectives on, what you did for that hole, because normally if you're playing straight out, you're like, all right, well, I have to do this, I need the ball to do that. I gotta, this distance, that height, whatever the factors are. You get to play that ball, you get to play an additional ball and just try it again. Switch up the club, switch up the style, whatever. So it gives you a nice learning component to just really.
I mean, it could just be as simple as you play you play the first ball hard and fast and you play the second ball clean. You know, like as if you were actually trying to compete with somebody else. You don't want to push yourself too far. You want to stay in your comfort zone kind of thing. And then the first ball could just be like, I'm going to see if I can get it all the way up there so I don't have to round the bend with an extra shot. I can lose a shot there.
Well, that's exactly it. You can do all of that and more. You can, first ball can be like willy-nilly, who gives a crap, and just launch it. Ooh, excuse me. And the second one is, a little bit, safer.
Right. Play it closer.
Yeah. Don't try as much. Just, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just going to, and all of that teaches you, because as you make mistakes.
More conservative, like take the second shot more conservative, like,
Well, so all right,
the other one is the one you take the chances with, basically.
Well, you can, so you saying the thing about you never want to gain strokes, like you never want the penalties. Well, actually, there are times on certain holes where you do go out of bounds, but you do it at a place where you sitting, because perfect example is there's this one par 5 at my club, which is like really short, but it's because it has 2 well-placed water hazards, where for the average golfer, coming off the back tees, like you're pretty much going to catch them. So you have to either be a big hitter, or you have to be intelligent and actually have 3 well-placed shots to get like on the green correctly. Even though it's short, you still got to play it.
It's a leapfrog.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Play it short here so that you don't go over into the water and then just kind of hop your way over.
Yeah, and there's times where I've just like said screw it and just like launched it, watched the trajectory, figured out where my line of exit was, because that's where you get to pull your ball back in. Mind you get your extra strokes, so now you're hitting 3. But on that third one, I'm close enough that I can actually pop an iron, and if I place it right, I'm still getting on the green in regulation. So taking the penalty in that one really isn't a penalty.
Oh, because you went out on a limb, so.
Well, because, while you're still getting a penalty, it's still going to count as a standard, set of strokes for that hole.
You can still make par on the shot that.
Yeah, very easily, because you still get a 2-putt chance at it. So, yeah, I played that.
Yeah, that's an example of when you might play it hard and fast to start, and then you kind of go, ooh, okay, I need to back off a little bit and play the rest of this smart. So you kind of go from being, very crazy with your shot in the beginning and then more conservative towards the end, right? You kind of dial it in. Well,
and so what I did for a while playing 2 balls was on shorter courses where my drive is getting long enough that it could actually get me into trouble. I work a little bit on still trying to be able to use that shot, but just changing, my position or, my shot shape a little bit to work with it. But then also use an alternate club on the second tee where, I'm using a shorter club and just getting the ball into play. But then, I've gone back and played those holes again where I'm still doing the shorter club, but I'm changing my position. So finding where, the ideal spot for me to come in from and just play from there, which, that's once you keep playing the same place over and over and over again, you've played so many different shots on those spots that you start to really realize, hey, when the pin's in this location, or, who cares where it's at, the green's like this, I'm just going to, as you start to get more and more of that catalog, you step to the hole with way more confidence, because you're like, nah, dude, as long as I'm over here, like, so just like playing pool, you look at a table and you're like, hey, I want my cue ball to stop in an area like this big. Well, you're being very specific. But if instead you're like, hey, it could be in an area this big, like 2 or 3 times that size, it's a lot more comfortable.
Well, and you in a way play to your weaknesses too, because you're like, all right, well, if I miss this, it's going to be on this side because I know me. So if it goes in this area, then I'm fine because I'm set up for the next shot and they're not. Or they're not set up for a shot at all, which means it'll give me a leg up on the next round.
Yeah, so same thing with...
So you're always thinking ahead.
Yeah, so that's the same thing with golf, is realizing, hey, this is my likely miss and my likely make in the same shot. So if I aim in this direction, attempting to do this, I should be somewhere in this area. And if you're comfortable with that placement, then yeah, take that shot. Yeah, beat the ball. Dude, no, like for real, my coach will always say is confidence is like 99% of the game. You know, it's almost all of it is in your head. That one little bit on the outside is, you know, strictly chaos theory. Like it's just, you know, fucking life and shit happens. You know,
So
Murphy's
it's
Law.
your fault no matter what you do. It's your fault.
Yeah, no, I mean, mind you, yeah, you know, nature and everything else plays a part in there too, because you can catch like a weird spot and all of a sudden the ball just like ching, like kicks like, you know, straight left. You're just like, what the hell?
And what I say, the ball didn't go left. You went left.
Yeah, there is no spoon. But yeah, that's, so, you know, I'm always practicing confidence.
My ears are big tonight apparently because it hurts.
It's humid out. They're swollen.
They're swollen. They've been putting on weight.
Oh, well.
Oh, man. Right. I think we got a nice warm-up, though, no?
I mean, I'm cool if you're cool.
I'm cool, I think.
No, you're not.
Dude, shut up.
That was Joe Dirt.
Dierte?
Yeah, it's a Dierte. Don't you mean dirt, boy? Don't be trying to church it up in here. Yeah. We never actually wrote up, we got to write up a list.
It's
in my head, and there's 17 of them.
There's always 17. We keep adding them. There should be like 35 by now. I'm pretty sure we're up around there.
I have no idea. Should probably write that down.
It's already recorded. We just got to go back and listen. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure if we sat down and started writing it out, we'd, you know, especially after having our buddy on, you know,
You think there'd be 17?
There's got to be more at this point. Yeah.
42?
I mean, we're probably getting close to that. I mean, if you think about just in the John Hughes aspect, there's probably at least like 7 to, you know, 10 or 12.
Not 17.
No, but then there'd be a few more. We just need to sit down and start using it.
Big Lebowski's got to be in there somewhere too.
Yeah,
right?
we'll do that. But our dude's getting us. He's supposed to be hooking us up with a spreadsheet and stuff, make it easier.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on this though. I don't want to ruin a great movie by having to sit there with a damn spreadsheet. But we'll see how it works out.
Dude, I'm cool with it. Plus, I guarantee you there's plenty of other people out there that'll be like, wait, there's a spreadsheet? Oh my God. They'd be all over that shit, man.
And that you have like truncated names for everything, for every quote, and all categorized. Like you could cross-reference that shit because you could input it in your computer.
That's like some wiki stuff. That's what I'm saying, man. We need to make a page for this. We
have to turn our pages back into them, and then you can put them on file. And that way you can cross-ref everything. And
whoa, excuse me. I'm pretty sure he would build it straight in so that it would do it itself.
Yeah.
It would just start populating shit. It would write its own book.
So if there was 3 to start with, what would we start with? 16 Candles?
Weird Science, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Classics?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, because that's also, you're talking, that's the John Hughes production, John Hughes writing, John Hughes directing. So Breakfast Club, he like does them all. Weird Science, I think he did most. And Ferris Bueller's, I think he was just a producer.
So he didn't write that?
I don't think so. Or he didn't write all of it, or he was like part writer. I have to double check that. But
who's John Hughes?
Dude, yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
That threw me. I didn't expect to hear that. Was it that was the cat you said, was it the...
I don't know who, but yeah, they chimed in and I responded.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that proof positive. If you write in the comments, we do get back to you.
There's no judgment there, but it just, wow. Who's John Hughes? Isn't that the guy with all the airplanes that was like really rich? No, that's Howard.
Oh, God. But bump. I hate when it falls over like that. Yeah. That's how sad that was.
All right, well.
All right, cool.
I'm glad you're all out there tuned into this camping trip version of
yeah, right.
of the B-sides in
apparently the outside room,
green room version.
Well, see, this is how green the green room is.
That it's actually with the outside is right there.
Yeah, we're literally having the outside on the. Can I come in from the out now?
No.
Yeah, we went out from the in.
Yeah, and now we're gonna come in from the out.
Come back around again?
Always.
Never. Sometimes.
I'm telling you at directionsofmusic.org. Seriously, hit us up. Be goofy with us.
Yeah, make fun of Mr. Gemini because he sucks.
Curse out Philly D in movie quotes, please.
Yeah, make fun of his big ass ears.
What? Dude. Dude, these are like my angel wings.
You want to see a guy with elephantitis of the nuts?
Nobody wants to see that.
Would you go out with a guy like this? You know, if he had like a lot of money, you know, like a really nice car. Shotgun. No, it'd be a really nice car. Of course, you know, you'd have to ride in the back seat because this nuts would be riding shotgun. Yeah. If you're gonna do it right. Fucking half-ass it over here. I raised you better than this.
You didn't raise me at all.
Well, that's the problem.
I was raised by animals.
I don't doubt that. It was like a pack of like pygmy wolverines.
Well, it was really nice. It was really nice getting together, man. In the tent. We're in the tabernacle.
I don't even want to talk to you right now.
That's what it is. It's like, well, never mind.
You never mind.
All right, well, this is the green room. I'm glad you tuned in.
No, we're in the green room. This is the B-sides. Did you always mix that up?
Who cares?
Wow. this is the real show and you don't care? Yeah, I see
This is the real show.
It is now.
It's all real. Or is it?
It's all in your head. There is no spoon.
There isn't a spoon. There's never been a spoon. And all this could just disappear if it stopped moving.
0.001. That was like 14 O's.
Yeah, I think it's about 14. Things go well.
Hell, Lomberg fucker. Gonna have to go and ask you to move a little bit to the left there. Yeah, that's great.
All right, well, obviously we've already pulled over.
We can't tangent any further.
And it's been real.
This looks like spit to you.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, give me like 6 Schlitzes. Open bar, bro. I just had to throw in a few more just to make sure whoever's listening is getting tossed tonight. I'm gonna be like, damn it, how many was that? Like, shit. I gotta get to 7 now.
Run that back, man. Run it back. I can't. Yeah, you can. No, I can't. I'm drinking 6 Schlitzes. I can't count that one again. I'm sorry. There's no ding on that one.
See, I'm going to have to refer back to the last conversation discussing the rating system. Every one of those counts.
I'm with that.
You got to keep a consistency.
I'm with that. Everyone counts. And even if they're like a couple seconds apart from each other in dialogue, then it still counts as one quote.
Yep.
That's what I was saying, because otherwise that time just gets missed. Well, we'll get into this another time, but
dude, hit us up about that shit.
Yeah, like, where's this rating system, yo?
Yeah, go back and listen to an episode, and then
I don't know if we should be asking for that, and people be bugging us. Where is this friggin' rating system, dude? You guys gotta work on this,
dude. That'll get our shit together, because it'll be like, see, they want it. If you build it, they will fill it.
But nobody so far has written about that. Just one person writing about who's John Hughes.
I mean, there was other stuff, but, you know.
The John Hughes Meridian.
Dude, I just love the name, dude.
The Meridian of John Hughes.
The John Hughes Meridian. That's just a dope name. Like, I want to start a fan club called that.
The John Hughes Meridian. That could work.
Yeah, the JHM. What's up?
Yeah, hook it up on Facebook or something, man.
Yeah, you don't know about the JHM? It's like the MPH.
Although, do you have to qualify for something like that? And you can't call yourself the John Hughes Meridian.
I mean, I think
They'd
I
have
can.
to test you.
No, I think I can.
They'd have to ask you like obscure questions from like
No.
little known movies.
Nope.
No,
Got
not
it.
going to happen.
I'd crush it.
Not going to happen.
Not going to work here anymore. Now he knows, Jed. You see, that's like two separate ones. Dude, people are just getting hammered right now.
Is that that's your aim, just to get people effed up?
It is now. Want to make sure they're enjoying this show, and if they're not, they're now at least having a good time.
But then they're going to fall asleep before they get to listen to the next one. I mean, maybe they want to power through a couple, man. What are you doing?
No, they can come back and just hit the button.
Actually, if you are keeping up with drinking, then you probably couldn't power through several.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends. I think
And if you can, we want to talk to you.
was the last one you had to throw in a couple at the end because we didn't have enough quotes.
Yeah, we had like 3. Yeah, so I threw in like 3 or 4 more.
Dude, this sucks.
Yeah,
It's the
man.
worst drinking game ever.
Dude, it really was.
Bada bing.
All right, cool. Well, we're out.
Word.
Peace.
Peace.